Alright, YouTube. This is a book that you and I have been waiting for several years. Lucifer, Praxis by Peter Gray, Scarlet Imprint. Doesn't really need any introduction. It is a book that, as soon as I finished reading Lucifer Princeps, and I saw that he was going to write Praxis, I've been waiting ever since. And like I said, I'm sure many of you are in the same boat, and I'm excited that we can finally look at this together. And, with Scarlet Imprint, the quality is certainly there. Beautiful binding. And if you missed out on getting Princeps in the past, then you can still get, you can get both of these now, with Princeps being reissued in a matching format to Praxis. So I wasn't really sure exactly what to expect when the book was first announced, other than the fact that it would be a sequel, you could say, to Lucifer Princeps. Looking at the contents here, you can get a general idea, but it's still a bit vague until you jump in and start reading through the text. So, to kind of give you an idea, the book is exceptionally well researched. It's very well written. There's a lot of references. It is a beautiful book, but it's not exactly what I was expecting after reading Princeps years ago. It begins with going over the 20 named angels from First Enoch. You can see here it's Babylonian, Canaanite, Apocalypse, and it goes through these different spirits. And basically, by the time you get to page 31, it's those first 30 pages or so are a list of those spirits, and then you get to the actual first ritual, if you want to call it like an initiation, or just that very first step. That's really where the work part of the book begins. It reminds me a lot of some of the older grimoires. It talks about going to a hill or a mountain during winter, wearing a robe, bringing some tools with you for the rite, and there's a male, female, and couple/partner version of the rite. But it seemed, I don't know, I suppose for me, I was expecting something that you could do on your own property, even in your own house, like a lot of rituals. But it seems, I'm a firm believer of you get out of magic what you put into it, so I can respect the way that it's presented here, but it seems to be almost prohibitive to some people for being able to actually go out and do this right. But again, magic is for everyone, but certain pathways are not. And this is, could be one of those ways to weed out some people. So just some fair warning, that's how the rituals start out. So it's not really going to be, visualization, meditative work. I suppose it could be done that way, but your mileage may vary on those results. The book itself, from going after the initial list of spirits and then some of the various ways to have the initiation rituals, it jumps into a lot of biblical quotes and references, Ephesians, 2 Corinthians, what the church was going through at the time. It mentions the Gnostics. It gets into some more rites shortly after, as you can see here. And let's see. I'm trying to see where else we have. It gets into Simon the sorcerer, listed in the New Testament. Some more ritual. And really from there, it gets into, when you get to about page 132, it gets into William Blake, and then after page 132, if I can get to it, yeah, but it gets into William Blake, and then one page 132, and then after that on page 164 it gets into Milton, Paradise Lost. It kind of reads more of a book essay with those two, but the book is, I didn't check this before, it's including the index, it's about 230 or so pages. And at a page, like I said, at page 132, you get into Blake, and then 164, you get into Milton. So maybe roughly about half the book is kind of almost like a research paper of sorts into how we see Lucifer, or in some terms Satan, the devil, based on the writings of Blake and Milton. So again, it's very well written, it's very educational, it's in some places entertaining, but again, you're getting a list of spirits, you're getting some rituals that I would venture to say a good amount of people won't be able or won't be willing to do, and again, that could be their loss to not want to put in that effort. And then you get again some very well written text by Blake and Milton, but that's about it. After that, it goes into the index and the glossary. So I don't know. I mean, I definitely like the book. I like the content there. I think Scarlet Imprint certainly does a lot for the occult community, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on it, to be honest. I loved Princeps. It was one of the first occult books I read, and I took a lot of information, especially somebody deconverting from Christianity. And with this book, there was an interview that Peter Gray did on the Rune Soup YouTube channel where he says this is post-Christian, it's not, anti-Christian. So it kind of takes me back to his apocalyptic witchcraft book that he wrote several years ago. I think that, Paradise Lost, and this is something that Peter Gray mentioned as well, Paradise Lost reads like a political text in some places. And I think with Lucifer, Praxis, in today's day and age, I think this is something that pairs very well, obviously with Princeps, but also with apocalyptic witchcraft, which is an amazing book if you haven't read it. But again, I can't stress it enough. I think this is a very well written book, but it might not be exactly what you or I had been expecting, and that might have been our own fault. But I wanted to give you an overview, as always on the channel, show you the latest releases, and let you decide if it's something you want to have. Definitely worth putting in your library, but it's up to you as far as how far you want to take your practice. But as always, thanks for watching.